In this video, we are going to discuss important development of the industrial policy, and most of these developments are the recent one. To understand these development, let's understand the issues with the industrial policy. So which has been the reasons which are shaping the industrial policy. One important issue is the regional imbalances in India in terms of the industrial development. So today also you may be aware that the western side of the country has far more industrial development, whether it is the state of Maharashtra or Gujarat, and the eastern side is the least. Northeast, there is hardly any industry. The state of West Bengal and Bihar are lagging behind maybe by a margin of decades. So there is a lopsided pattern of industrial development and industrialization across the states. Concentration of these industries in certain part gives natural advantage to these areas, and sometimes this is also because of the historical reasons even before pre-independence. If you want to just know the reasons of such imbalances, so definitely geographical and natural factors are also there, like availability of the natural resources in one particular area. It may be some minerals at certain places, and then difference in the natural conditions, failure of planning because planning has been also there at the state level, attraction of the investment by developed areas, because once there is a development in an area, more people want to invest in that region. Residual effect of the British rule, less attention and opposition to the regional imbalances, because the focus of the country was like how we are able to grow the economy, and the regional imbalances were not given proper attention, and predominance of the agriculture in our economy. The measures taken by the government of India in this is economic planning. The allocation under the economic planning to other marginalized area where the development is less has always been on higher side. Then there is industrial estate special area development program. There are fiscal measures by government by allocating more to the poorer state, incentives for promoting investment in backward region, development of agriculture based industries for providing employment and more income generation revenues to these people. Some particular schemes and initiative taken by the government of India. Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. So this department takes care of the all initiative for the industrial policy. Then there is Northeast Industrial and Investment Promotion Policy, Modified Industrial Infrastructure Upgradation Scheme, Integrated Leather Development Program. So these are some of the initiative taken by government. Some of the initiative taken by different governments in creating manufacturing clusters are Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. So DMIC corridor is highway from Delhi to Mumbai, so that around this corridor there can be development of industry. This has been done in collaboration with the Japan government. Then Chennai Bengaluru Chitradurga Industrial Corridor. So these are all highways, and the idea is around these highways there will be big industry, big manufacturing concerns will be built, and these highways will help in better transport of the goods manufactured in these factories. Then Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor, which passes through the eastern coast, and Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor, which is about the earlier Grand Trunk Road. Then Bengaluru Mumbai Economic Corridor. The development in case of public sector undertaking is that PSUs were made more responsible. So PSUs are any company where government owns majority, that is 51% of more of the paid up share capital, that is called PSU. It may be by central government or state government or jointly, and these are audited by Comptroller General of India. They audit the government companies. PSUs can be classified into public sector enterprise, central public sector enterprise, and public sector banks, because public sector banks are owned by government, but these are regulated by RBI. So this has been shown at a different category here. And again, central public sector enterprise can be divided into strategic one and non-strategic one. Strategic one are important for the country's defense and security and maybe impact on the economy of the country. So arms, ammunition, defense equipment, warship, all these are strategically important, and also is the atomic energy, because atomic energy has quite close relations with the nuclear power, where atomic energy is used for radiation and radio isotope on agriculture, medicine and non-strategic industries. So that is out of the strategic one here. And then railway transport, because railway is majorly responsible for transport of goods in India. So that is also a strategic public sector, central public sector enterprise. Non-strategic are all other central public sector enterprise are non-strategic. You will hear about these terms Maharatna, Navratna, Mini Ratna for these various public sector undertaking. You may not be required to remember everything, but at least be familiar with these terms. The word Maharatna is used for companies, those who have annual average turnover of 20,000 crore plus during the last 3 years. And Navratna's term is used for those who have Scheduled A or Mini Ratna category 1 status and had at least 3 years excellent or very good memoranda of understanding rating during the last 5 years. While Mini Ratna are category 1 status, the public sector enterprise should have made profit in last 3 years continuously. The pre-tax profit shall be minimum 30 crore and the company should have a positive net worth. And for category 2 CPSE, they should have made a profit for the last 3 years continuously and should have a positive net worth. So then there are details about investment decisions and expansion status of these Maharatna, Navratnas and Mini Ratna. Because the status of one company keeps on changing depending on the performance, the idea is these are important public sector undertaking, and these Maharatnas, Navratnas and Mini Ratnas has given lot of push to the industrial development in India, especially before the pre-liberalization time. We can summarize the role of public sector undertaking as these have laid a strong foundation for the industrial development by playing a critical role in national building, because their objective was not to make huge profit but to take economy in the right direction. They provided leverage to the government to intervene in the economy directly or indirectly to achieve the desired socio-economic objective for long-term benefit of the country. They played a crucial role in pushing the agricultural economy on the progressive pathway and also helping development of the rural India. Public sector enterprise has played a substantial role in rural development by providing basic infrastructure services to the citizens of country. One of the recent development is abolition of BIFR, as I said in the previous video. Many public sector units and many other units also, they were falling sick, they were not able to perform. So these units were always referred to BIFR, but in December 2016 government dissolved BIFR and all its proceedings were referred to then NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, and NCLAT, National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, as per the provisions of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Because these sick units become insolvent, they become bankrupt. So earlier they were referred to BIFR to determine the industrial sickness and to assist them in reviving if it is possible, or otherwise shutting down if it was not happening. But actually it was realized by the government that many businessmen, they were taking advantage of the BIFR. They were making company sick. Maybe they have utilized public money also by borrowing from the bank and then declaring the company sick, giving it to BIFR, which will shut it down or maybe use some other assistance to revive the company. So this was closed by the government in 2016, and NCLT and NCLAT are working as per the provisions of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code now. BIFR came into existence as per the Sikh Industries Companies Act 1985 and it started working in 1987. In 2002, after the passage of SARFAESI is a very important landmark act in case of the banking in India, that is securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of security interest. It gave power to banking institutions and other lenders to recover their dues. So after passage of this, corporate debt was kept outside the purview of BIFR.